economy has people watching their bank accounts and sometimes watching them dry up. The question is my checking account the best pick for me and my family? We're joined by Lynnette Khalfani-Cox, the money coach, with some insight. Now, does it really make, I mean, I look on my checking account as a place to store my money and then write checks out of. It's more than, it should be more than that?
Oh, absolutely. I think it makes a huge difference for the wallets and the pocketbooks of average families. You know, a lot of people complain to me about getting nickeled and dimed, about the fees they pay for ATMs, for writing checks, for their balance dropping below a certain minimum, that kind of thing. I was laughing before I came on thinking about the mail that you just got. I thought you were going to say, oh, I got a credit card offer in the mail or some account offer. Welcome to New Orleans with that one, I tell you. But it really does make a difference because a lot of folks don't know that they can get a lot of these services free of charge.
And how do they do that?
They got to ask their banks, first of all. They got to make the banks compete for their business, and they've got to do their homework. You can get online. You know, certainly here in New Orleans, I know Capital One is one that has a free checking account. They call it rewards checking. You don't pay all those fees for, you know, just writing a check or whatever. So people have to be willing to put in a little bit of legwork, a little bit of homework to find what's appropriate for them.
So you can actually go to your bank and say, I don't like these fees. Can we talk about it? I'll negotiate with you?
Sure. And, you know, another thing people don't realize is that you can leverage your status as a customer based on how many accounts you have with them, perhaps the amount of time you've done business with them. And it's not just your checking account. It might be your credit card accounts. It might be your insurance accounts, all of those types of things. And in this tough economy, you need to be negotiating. You need to make the financial services industry earn your business.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't.
Gives you a little more control than you thought.
Absolutely. And, you know, right now, I think a lot of people are looking at the fact that we've seen all of these mergers, you know, on Wall Street and in the banking industry. A lot of people are concerned about banks that have failed or gone under. They're saying, is my money safe? Of course. You know, one of the other tips is to make sure, of course, that you're with an institution, whether it's your checking account, your savings account, your CD, that has that FDIC insurance. We've been here. Exactly. Right. It was $100,000. Yeah. Well, a lot of folks are saying, you know, maybe your retirement phase, or maybe you have a, you know, dual income couple, maybe you're a small business owner. You really do want to make sure that you have that protection in place.
But I'll tell you, if I had $250,000, I don't think I'd put
You don't put it in the thing.
I wouldn't
just in the checking or savings account.
No.
Well, but think about it. A lot of people are saying, you know, I don't advise this, but they're feeling tenuous about putting their money in the stock market. They're saying, I don't want to put my money there. They're going to treasuries and government securities, safer investments. So, you know, in some cases, for the retirement, you know, folks of that age, that good old checking account, that savings account is not a bad, you know, way to go for some of your assets.
So Lynnette, you think Anna could negotiate that fine down?
I could negotiate.
You think she could call the city and say,
there needs to be an answer.
Say, hey, was that really me? I don't know. That digit's there on the license plate. Looked a little
it
funny.
doesn't even look like me. Yeah. And not only can you save money, but there are a few different programs at banks where you can actually kind of make some money. Like I know, like there are reward points system where, like if you spend a certain amount, they'll roll.
Right. I mentioned the Capital One. They have that, for example. That particular account, the free rewards or rewards checking, they call it.
They'll round up a certain amount, the dollar amount.
You rack up points. You rack up freebies. They'll give you cash back for doing things like, you know, using your ATM card or writing a check. It's just free based on using your card. And so I think it's a great way for consumers to tell their financial institutions, look, I want to get more value out of this. I'm doing business with you. What can you do for me? And I think people just don't know to ask for freebies, or that they don't even realize that there's some programs, there's some banks that are already offering this kind of stuff.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
good information.
So we want to point out Lynnette's been on Oprah and a number of programs. Well, obviously we know why. She's great.
And you've lowered yourself to come on our program.
Well, I think, you know, and let me tell you, let me share, if we have a quick minute, a personal story. You know, a lot of people, they call me the money coach because I teach people how to get financially fit, how to get out of debt, how to save, all those good things. I wrote a book called Zero Debt, The Ultimate Guide to Financial Freedom, because I got out of $100,000 in credit card debt alone. Yeah, that was 2001.
There you go.
There's the book.
Wow.
And, you know, I paid that debt off in, we'll make sure you get a copy. I paid that debt off in 3 years. Paid that debt off in 3 years and never missed a single payment. But one of the things is that I got smart about how I was dealing with financial institutions. I started negotiating tremendously.
You got to be aggressive with your money.
That's right.
That makes you, Lynnette.
That's a great story.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
We've got hot topics coming up next. Stay there.